Hello again, welcome to another episode of Merkon's Musings, a Star Wars action figure review, and today it is going to be our inaugural Empire Strikes Back review. Since we've covered the basic figures of the first and second wave of Star Wars A New Hope, and now we're going to start on the Empire Strikes Back. And today we're looking at Bossk the Bounty Hunter. So before we get into the figures, I'm going to give you a little history about Bossk. So Bossk is a Trandoshan, and Trandoshans are reptilian humanoids from the planet Trandosha. They are known for being great hunters. Trandoshans also have a rite of passage where they have to go into the forest and hunt a very powerful creature before they can attain rank in society. One of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy was a Trandoshan named Bossk. He was one of the bounty hunters that assembled on Darth Vader's flagship, the Executor, for the search for Han Solo and the crew of the Millennium Falcon in The Empire Strikes Back. So Bossk is a very fearsome bounty hunter, and his weapon of choice is the Relby V10 grenade launcher. This was a very versatile weapon. It could fire heavy blaster bolts, micro grenades, and also had a mortar attachment. We're going to take a look at these two action figures closer now, and we're going to start with the 1980 Bossk, which is here. I gotta say, for the 1980s line, it is actually a pretty cool figure. The sculpt is pretty good. I mean, the face looks kind of timid. It looks like he's smiling. And they sculpted everything on. But they did take some details, like the scales look really good on it. I just wish the paint applications on the figure were better. So they did a nice job with all of this stuff here, but they left these harness pieces here on his bottom of his feet, and here they could have painted those white and black respectively. And he does come with the correct weapon, which is really interesting. He goes with the Relby V10, which I always thought was kind of neat. And this is very unique for the Kenner Classic action figures because they only had a few different versions of weapons, and this one was very special. You can only use it for Bossk. So this figure is okay for the time. It's got 5 points of articulation. It's got the arms and legs and the head, which can move. It's not a bad action figure. I always had interesting times playing with him. I always wondered what he was really like, and I create my own scenarios, which is what toys did in the back in the 70s and 80s when you didn't have phones or video games, so you had to use your head and imagination. Obviously this is the Vinter Kenneth version, and this is way too basic for the newer lines. So we're going to take a look at the one Bossk we have here, and this is from the Saga collection in 2007. What's really great about this figure, first of all, it's amazing. I'm not even going to deny it. It's just so awesome on so many levels. It's got the insert joints on the knees. It's got the waist that twists, but it's the upper chest part that twists, which is kind of cool. The arms have insert joints as well. The head is on a swivel joint. He comes, what really makes this amazing, this is what I really love about this figure. I did a little bit of research on him, obviously, before I did this video. So the guy who sculpted this figure, his name was Brian Parrish, and he sculpted the head in two parts, as you can see. He did the head, top of the head, and the jaw. So it gives it a really cool look on his face where he's like snarling and you can see his teeth. The details are fantastic. The paint deco is amazing on it. You can see the different shades in the head of the Trandoshan. In addition to the amazing paint deco on the flight suit, it's also screen accurate. Survival hose, which is this thing here that goes around his back, as you can see. It's like really detailed. And he also did the harness. This is all sculpted, and it's not sculpted on, it's sculpted and put on. So it gives it a much more realistic look. is definitely a definitive version of this character. I can't imagine them making a better version. And the gun is like spot on. It's really, really good. And it's like just sticks right in. And then you have Bossk ready to hunt down fugitives from the Empire or whoever hires him. So yeah, this is definitely the definitive version of Bossk. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to giving you another one. So until then, I'll see you next time.